do we look better now?
No, you shouldn't be too high, too much space up there, but it needs to be eye level. I'll have to come in a bit. Gee, worry. That's better.
Yeah.
It's not perfect.
Not perfect. Hey, we're not going to talk about perfectionism today, aren't we?
Well, maybe.
Maybe?
That's good enough. Right, what are we going to talk about?
Well, we have this idea to run Tantra workshops, Tantra evenings together.
Yes.
That's not our idea, and it's out there in the open. And
Probably your idea, in truth.
my idea. Yeah, it was my idea, because we've met at Tantra, haven't we?
We first met at a Tantra event that we went up to, and about over 3 years ago, and it just seemed like a good. I mean, I didn't know what Tantra was. What is Tantra? I thought it was something pretty dodgy, actually. Doesn't appear to be from what I've experienced so far. I think we painted a bit of a picture of when we're younger about what Tantra is. It's meant to be. I thought it was something kind of devious, not devious, but very sexual, and but not really knowing anything about it. And so when my life coach suggested to me 3 or so years ago, Warren, maybe you could do with finding out what Tantra is, and and she asked me what the Kama Sutra was and what a lingam was, and I said, oh, what are you talking about? I don't know. And so I think in truth Sanjula did an amazing service, and sort of introduced me or pointed me in the direction of Tantra, which is where we met. And so Anja came up with a great idea, and thought, well, maybe. We think what we have is kind of special, and it would be nice to share it with other people, and if it brings other people joy, and then fantastic, really. So
Yeah. You know, it's not maybe everybody's story, but my story. I can't even remember when I started practicing Tantra. Was that the lack of relationships, the lack of sensual and sexual communion, the lack of being comfortable and feeling safe with men because of what happened when I was growing up, and I needed to explore what connection from the heart and from the sex meant for me, and Tantra helped me just to open up, because I feel like Warren is joking, it's my desperation, but I think I was desperate enough that the lack of intimacy, and not necessarily sexuality, just intimacy, and just really felt like a deep hole, a deep vacuum, and I didn't know how to fill it in a loving and healthy way. And meeting Warren, I was ready, and we had this amazing the last 3 years exploring what it means to us, being a couple and sharing our lives honestly and openly and wholeheartedly, sharing our bodies, the good times, the bad times, and weaving. For me, Tantra is like weaving everything into the fabric of life, and yeah, that's what I feel like we have had this opportunity to work with all we've got, and not depriving ourselves from everything that I would say that divineness has provided for us as a human beings.
Mhm.
Yeah, and we want to share that. Part of of me moving forward in life and exploring life. I was determined not to settle for less, and I was determined to have it all. And I do feel like I have it all, and I don't need to put any part of my life or my identity of me as a human being on a back burner. I feel like I can explore all of it. I don't know if it makes sense.
Yeah, that makes sense. You want it all. That puts the pressure on, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Some, yeah. But I guess when you mentioned about intimacy and feeling that gap in your life, I guess that intimacy, and not necessarily sexual, is about a deeper connection with another person and what comes with that. And it doesn't, you look into someone's eyes for 2 minutes straight, you start to feel a deeper connection with that person. And I think often the time we go around and we have these, at times quite often, superficial sort of relationships with people. We don't really get down to how are you really truly feeling, and how are you feeling in your body, and what's really going on for you. So that I guess when I first went to that Tantra event and met you, I felt, and myself, I felt I wasn't desperate or anything like that, but I was probably in denial that there was a part of myself that I had neglected. I mean, I'd been single for a few years and had only just sort of started to date again, and so I kind of denied that there was I guess kind of a loneliness of that sort of missing that deeper connection with another person, just that thing that can feel really beautiful in your life when but you get really busy and you kind of just she'll be right, don't worry about it. But there's actually as you say, there's all of it, there's all the different parts to ourselves and what makes us whole and a whole person. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I think there's this our intention also of running this tantric heart center events is to, because I think tantra is to, we have to be really fully connected with ourselves as individuals, knowing our own boundaries, knowing when to say yes, when to say no, and then there is another entity when it comes, what is here as a something that the two of